And welcome to Fix My Style with me, Christina Pernfors. Today, Happy New Year, I should say first. We're off last week, but Happy New Year. And I think the topic for today is very timely. It's kind of the new start of the year, and also kind of we feel like we want to clean out a little beginning of the year. So this is a topic I've talked about before. I've done videos on it. I've talked about it on TV several times, but I've seen comments on social. So I do think it is a good idea to repeat this, because it is not do once or fix it once and it lasts forever. It's something we need to do over and over and over. And the topic is closet clean out. Clean out and organization. It's actually two different parts. And as we accumulate things over the years, and also as we change, both maybe we've changed our sizes, or we've just changed personality wise, we need to change out the closet, not just with fashion, but also more importantly with who we are. We want it to be up to date with our personality. So let's step back and not just look at the organization, because that's kind of the end part. Let's step back and really look at how we determine what works for us and what doesn't. So step one, and I will say too, I do have a guide, a printout PDF that's free to download. I'll post it in a link here. But if you go to connectwithchristina.com, you have access to all my PDF downloads. So if you don't want to take notes or can't remember, there is a PDF that you can print out and put in your closet to remind you. But step number one, part one, is really the closet audit. This is where we evaluate our clothing. And it's 3 steps that I think are super important. Now, you might have watched Marie Kondo, and she asks everyone to ask if the item or the clothing brings you joy, which is very important. But it's not just joy we need to look at. There are some other parts. We need to go a little bit deeper. So the first one is to look at the style. Is it you? And I'm not talking again about fashion. I'm talking about, is this item you? So evaluate it, each piece separately, and really see, is this really who I am today? Well, you might ask, that's easier said than done. I don't know. So for those of you that have worked with me or done any of my courses, you know, I always say, start with picking 3 to 5 adjectives or attributes that you want to have describe you. And one of those is going to be the style category you're into. Is it feminine or bold, or is it modern, or is it more traditional? But pick 3 to 5 adjectives that you think or you want to have describe you. So is it, I want to be seen as successful, I want to be seen as bold, and I want to be seen as classic? Or is it, I want to be seen as approachable, I want to be seen as warm and boho? Whatever it is, you decide. And then you evaluate each piece with those adjectives in mind. So that's step number 1. Number 2, you need to ask yourself too, when you try, and the key is here, you need to try them on, because we change, our bodies change. We need to try on the clothes in our closet. Just like I always say, you cannot buy clothes without trying them on. You need to try on what you have in your closet. So I want you to ask yourself, is it me? Like the first, you establish those adjectives, and then, is it flattering? Is it really the most flattering piece for my body shape? And then number 3, does it bring me joy, or do I love it? Because things could be maybe the right style, and maybe it's the right cut for your body, but you might not like it. And because of that, you're always going to put it aside in your closet and you're going to choose something else instead. And it's just going to keep hanging there. So is it me? Is it flattering? And do I love it? You need to ask yourself those questions. So when you've gone through your closet, you've answered those questions, what do you do with the clothes that either gets a yay or a nay? Well, the clothes that you have answered yes, yes, and yes to, you hang them back in the closet, and how you hang them back we'll go through in a little bit. But those go back in the closet. The ones you've discarded, you create into piles. So one pile is going to be maybe trash, maybe there's torn, maybe it's washed out, and it's not something you can donate. Anything else that is in good condition, you can donate to a Goodwill or anything like that that you have in your local area. But I also want you to do a pile for alterations. You probably heard me mention that as well before, but alterations, having a good seamstress or doing it yourself, altering your clothes will make anything custom made. Because even though something might be the right cut for your body shape, it's not going to be exactly for you. But when you alter items, you can get it. You can do any kind of tweaking that needs to be done. For instance, our shoulders are usually not the same height. And for us women, it's often because we carry our purse on one side or we've carried kids on one hip. So very often one side needs to be shortened or heightened a little bit. So, and also you might have shorter legs or be shorter, so you need to hem things that gets too long. But alterations really is such a game changer. And I think personally, I probably alter 85% of all the clothes I buy. Make little tweaks to it. Some hemming and so I can do myself, but anything else I leave to a seamstress. And those $20, $25, $30, $40 that you invest will make you wear those clothes over and over and over. Okay, so that's your alteration pile. So you have your keep pile, or the pile that goes back into the closet. You have your donate or trash pile, and you have your alteration pile. And the alterations will eventually go back in the closet. Okay, so that is the audit that needs to happen before you start organizing. Because why organize clothes you're never going to wear anyway, right? So let's get over to the organization part of your closet. And this also needs to happen over and over and over, because some mornings we are in more of a rush and we kind of throw things. But if you get the system in order, it's so much easier to see what you have and also to keep it clean and keep it organized. It's when everything is a big mess, then it's really hard to start. So getting it done properly once will make it easier to keep it going. And with organization, it's really about visuality, really about making it be visual. Because if you can't see it, it's out of sight, out of mind. You forget about it. So the first thing I want you to do is look at the hanging clothes on hangers. And I do both. I do both hanging, and I do a lot of folding as well. And we'll go into folding later. But with the hanging things in your closet, I want you to organize it by bottoms and tops. So for tops, I want you to organize by color or pattern. First of all, so you can see kind of what are the big chunks in my closet. Do I have a lot of blacks? Do I have a lot of whites? Do I have a lot of patterns? Because then you might also see, maybe I don't need another black top, or maybe in my case, I don't need another animal print. So breaking it up into colored chunks, and then we go one step further. Then we're going to hang them according to length. And for tops, it's going to be according to length of arm. So or in this case, sleeveless tops, tank tops are going to go in front, followed by short sleeve or shorter sleeve, in this case, cap sleeve. That's the next section. And then the last will be long sleeves. That way, again, you can really take inventory of what you have and what you have a lot of, or maybe you're lacking something. So with all colors, tank tops, short, followed by long. And the same with the patterns. And if you have a lot of animal patterns tend to be in the same color, so they can hang together, and then you might have a lot of florals or something else, geometrics, black and whites. So that is a great way to make it visual and for you to see what you have a lot of. And also when you're in a rush and you need to grab something, I need a white top. Well, you don't need to search for it forever. They're going to be right there. Do the same for bottoms, do shorter and longer, and do them according to length as well. Then, this is great time to do now, right now in January. I want you to, since you've already audited the clothes and you've seen, you've done a good selection of what you think, these are the things I am going to wear this year. But to make sure you really know, I want you to turn all your hangers backwards and hang them backwards onto the rail. You might say, well, mine are all over the place. No, all hangers should face the same way, except, and I'm going to tell you the exception of the rule. But now, beginning of the year, why don't you hang all your hangers backwards so that you pull it backwards to pull it out. They should all be facing the same direction, right there. Then each time you wear something, and not just try it on, because you could be trying it on over and over and never actually wear it, but each time you've worn an item, I want you to hang it back the right way, meaning the end cap facing inwards. That way, by the end of the year or by the end of the next couple of months, you will see which items you're actually using and what items just keep hanging. It is such, I didn't come up with this idea, someone else did, but it's such a foolproof way, such a smart way to instantly see what in your closet you're actually wearing and what you're not wearing. So start with it back, and then as you wear it, hang it the right way. All right, let's get into folding. And because we're a stationary camera, I can't really show you what my drawers look like, but I can post a picture. With folding, and this is a technique that, again, Marie Kondo has great videos on YouTube. You could check it out. But I call it the envelope folding. I'm sure there's called a bunch of different things because they remind me of little envelopes. The clothes remind me of little envelopes when you've folded them. It goes for pants. It goes for tops. It goes for anything that you don't hang. I personally used to have all my jeans in and just lying on a shelf and never saw anything. This way is so space saving. I was a skeptic because I thought if you fold something this many times, it's going to take up more room than if I just leave it flat like so. No, I was wrong. I'm happy to admit it. Now, when you have things lying on top of each other in piles in your shelves or in your drawers, you really can't see what's on the bottom, right? And that thing is going to get stuck under there. And again, out of sight, out of mind. You're not going to use it. So the whole idea with the envelope fold is that you make them stand up in the drawers so they're all visible. That way, again, you will see what you actually have. So in the drawer, every piece of clothing is standing up on its side like so. And by the way, you fold them like this. And then again, I can post a link to how Marie Kondo, but it's all about making them slim in the middle, folding over once, and then folding one more time. You're also keeping the clothes pretty flat, and you need to do less ironing. It really keeps them a little in better condition than just, especially when you're putting everything on top of each other and you pull out the one the furthest on the bottom, all of them are just going to fall apart. Here, when you pull out your drawer, you just pick the little envelope that you're going to use. This again works great for pants. My workout drawer looks phenomenal because tights are so easy to fold this way. So again, you do full, you leave a little room at the top here so that you get a nice neat end, and then you fold them once and twice, and that way they're standing up like a little envelope. So yes, organization part, color, hang according to color and length, turn the hangers, and fold your clothes neatly. And yes, you can teach your teenagers to do it as well. And it really will save them a lot of space and heartache too when looking for the right outfit. You know what that's like, right? That's all I have for today. Again, there is a PDF that will repeat all of this. I will send the link. If you don't see the link, you can go to connectwithchristina.com. All my PDFs are there for you to download. That's all I had for this week. I hope that helped you kicking off the new year and getting your closet refreshed without buying anything new, but really purging and getting stuff out of there and making sure you see everything. It really feels like losing weight because it really, it's all that heaviness and just overwhelm when you have too much and you can't find what you're looking for. If you have any questions or style issues you want me to fix, please comment below or send me a DM and I would be happy to look into it. Until next time, remember, chic happens. Bye-bye.